Working Class Bowhunter podcast. We are here, New Windsor, Illinois. And I have to say welcome to Working Class Bowhunter in case you listened to the intro and you didn't know what podcast you were listening to. My name is Kurt Geyer.
Eric Hammond.
Doug Schmidt.
Ross Baker.
And we have some special guests this week in studio.
That's right.
In studio. They care about us. Our partners with Trophyline, Mr.
Sean Ferguson. What's up, guys?
Thanks for being here.
And Weston Shrink.
Thank you for being here, man. So what do you guys think so far? We went and ate dinner in New Windsor here at the depot.
I'm looking for a house to buy around here.
All right.
I'm ready to move in.
You're hunting for a house. Let's get you on your mic a little bit. And
Pull
There
that
you go.
thing in
Is
too.
that better? We pull that
comfy.
in. Check.
Yeah, you can get comfy,
You
man.
can lean
All right,
back
good.
and pull it in too if you need to.
There we go.
It's all about
There you
Better.
go. Get
money.
it in
I was
there.
getting
Perfect.
relaxed.
So you're going to buy a house in New Windsor, huh?
Absolutely. I'm ready to move in.
You
Gonna be
just
number
pay us rent.
602.
Pay us rent, move in here.
Absolutely. I see all these big deer on the wall. I'm waiting for you to show me some spaces around here so I can hunt.
Some leases?
Yeah.
Hey, I do actually, if you're looking, we got one that's open.
All right, we'll talk later.
We'll talk after this. I mean, it's in New Hampshire, though. So. But no, we'll talk.
I'm out.
Wink. We'll talk. But no, thanks, guys, for coming to the
Yeah,
show
absolutely.
and being here in our studio and coming out and hanging out, showing us some gear, letting us flirt around with some saddles. So Doug and Eric and Ross all got to play with one. I played with one more than everybody else here.
That's right.
Yep.
So we were in the yard doing some videos and stuff, messing around. Explain, I guess, where do we start? Because there's so many angles we could dive in. I guess I want to start with like Trophyline. What is Trophyline?
How it got started.
What do you guys do? How it got started? Like, give us the foundation of Trophyline itself, and then let's just branch out from there.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I just want to thank you guys, man. We've been talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
You and I for about a year now, I think.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
For a mutual friend introducing us. So it's cool to be here and speak with you guys. So
We're glad to have you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Trophyline as a whole, you know, we relaunched this company in 2019, but good friends of ours, the Green family, you know, they owned it originally. You know, they're the ones that started it back in 1998, but it goes back even farther than that. You know, Sherry's father, James Green, he actually invented the saddle in 1962, believe it or not.
Hold on, slow down. He invented the saddle in 1962.
1962.
Wow.
Yep.
That's like before the modern compound bow.
It's 60 years old. 60 years old.
I bet you most people
Yep.
did not know that.
Yep. Yeah, we actually have a whole story on our website about it. It's really cool.
Damn.
So,
That's impressive alone.
Yeah.
What have you guys seen like what the first saddle was? Does
Yeah,
still
it was like
exist?
a big piece of leather, you know, that he had sewn like a belt around it, and it just morphed from there. You know,
No
and,
kidding.
Yeah, and he, you know, it was a leather all the way through the very first launch of Trophyline, which his daughter Sherry Green actually created the brand Trophyline in 1998.
So
And,
was her dad still alive when she launched the brand?
oh yeah, he's
Trophyline?
still alive today.
He's still alive.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
absolutely. Yeah,
Fucking right, man.
yeah. And Sherry's part of our team still. So
Well, sorry, I
she's-
didn't mean to like throw disrespect. I just didn't. know.
No. It's
It just
no,
seems
it's
like
cool.
a long time.
Yeah,
It
it's
seems like a
I
long
mean, it
time.
is a long time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and but yeah, Sherry's part of our team till to this day. Still,
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's
So, but you know, the company was out 98 to 2008. You know, pretty much before social media.
Yeah.
So, you know, they did really
They
good.
had a MySpace and a Zynga though. I bet.
yeah, maybe at the tail end of 2008, maybe
Right.
something like that.
Trophy
But,
line on MySpace.
Yeah,
Guarantee they were friends with Tom.
yeah.
I think we're still in the trademark on that. But yeah, no, they did really good at shows like Harrisburg and things like that,
Yeah.
where they could show somebody. But when you put it in a package and throw it on a shelf, you know,
People don't know what it is.
just don't know what it was, you know, before its time, and you really couldn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
You know, they did some advertising in magazines, but you know, you guys saw it today. You know, you guys even questioned it up until you actually sit in it, right? And then you realize how comfortable it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's so different.
Absolutely.
So if it's sitting on a shelf in a package, and nobody knows behind the counter knows what to do with it,
Yeah.
It's
a lot to dive into if you don't really know what you're
100%.
looking at.
Yeah, and especially, you know, like I said, they're way ahead of their time. So
Yeah.
to try to tell that story in a print ad, it's just hard to do.
It's tough,
you
yeah.
know? So
Social media definitely helped the tree saddle.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Like the saving grace of it, probably, right?
yeah, 100%. You know, I think it's between probably going back to 2015-ish, we started to see some momentum. There's some forums built around it, and really we saw guys buying old Trophyline off eBay for $600, $700.
No kidding.
Yeah, and they were just cutting them up and kind of DIYing it.
Yeah,
and morphing it from there, and so it just started building, and
right.
public land was becoming more popular,
trend,
right?
Yeah.
Sexy and
sexy. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very sexy right now.
Yeah, it's very sexy. Ruined a lot of spots for me.
Well, thanks.
Thanks, Facebook forums, Facebook groups.
And so it just grew from there, and a couple companies popped up, and in the meantime, we talked to Sherry Green about bringing the company back, and we ended up striking a deal with them in 2018, and to get the company. And so first part of 2019, we end up rebranding it because it was Trophyline Tree Saddles, and we dropped the tree saddles from the brand name, the logo, and got to work. We actually developed, believe it or not, we launched with the ambush light, but we actually had designs of the covert light first, and which was more robust than what the original was. The original, if some of you guys might have been playing with it before, it was huge. It was a big design, heavy, and so we designed this new, saddle design, but we actually pumped the brakes about 30 days into it and realized, what, we need to go back to the original design, lighten it up, bring it to, 2020, it was actually 2019 at that time, and because that's kind of what people knew us for.
Yeah, right.
So, and that's what we did. So we went to work, made brought back the Ambush Light and the Ambush Pro, which is a camo version of it, and just put it through testings. It took forever. The goal was to launch in June of 19, and testing took a lot longer than that. And
what type of testing?
So we do, great question. So we were actually working with one of the TMA testing facilities. At this time it was Stress Engineering in Cincinnati. So we were doing a lot of very similar tests that safety harnesses do, but different.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, to some degree, because on a safety harness, obviously you're pulling from behind your back. This one's you're clipped in the front. So we kind of took some of those testings and worked with Stress on how to way it pulls on your hips, and how do you make sure if you're upright, you stay in it, and things like that. So
Right.
and then, be honest with you, we just broke down everything. We tested the buckle strength, the webbing strength, the fabric strength, all the way down to thread strength. We just wanted to know everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So do you have to do TMA? Do you have to do all this stuff?
So currently, as we speak right now, there is not a TMA test for tree saddles.
Okay.
But we've been in the process, and I say we because there's a committee of us, Trophyline, Tether, H2, Latitude, Cruiser. And there's a number of other XOP sit on a saddle committee for TMA. We've actually been on it since ATA 2020, and we meet once a month, maybe once every other month, working out the criteria for testing the saddles themselves. And just a long process, and we're close. We're way closer than we've ever been. And once we all agree on that testing procedure, then we'll take it to ASTM, and which we try to get their final blessing on.
So will that mean for the future of it? Because I think it all should be safety tested because it's your life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's a consumer's lives. Like, can a company produce a saddle and not have any legit testing done and sell it?
I mean, theoretically, yeah, but all those people that are on that committee plus others are doing testing. A lot of us are going to the 2 TMA testing facilities that they're out there right now and doing those tests.
Something you don't want on your company's name is people dying.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we're hanging people from the side of a tree, right?
For sure.
So we want to make sure everything is, most of the time all our stuff's overbuilt, by far, so we as a committee all feel that there should be something governing it, right?
For sure.
Right.
You know, and to see the growth of it. And,
Yeah.
And because as more and more people are diving into it for the first time and trying it, not just from a consumer standpoint, but also from retailer standpoint.
Yeah.
Right. So, so that should be coming down the pike really, really soon.
Very cool.
You know, so yeah, it's a fun part to be a part of. It's mind numbing, you know, at times.
Yeah, I bet it is.
You know, and
kind of like safety meetings at work. You're just kind of
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's for the good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
we'll all be better for it. You know, and
For sure.
and there'll be repeating steps that we have to do and live up to, and
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited about it.
I mean, that says a lot about you guys too. Just saying, you want to launch at this date, but you had so much more testing to do. There's a lot of companies out there and people out there that would have been like, "Hey, we're going to launch anyways."
Oh, trust me, it was,
know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. Like, so we end up not launching until October 8th, which everybody
Right in
knows
hunting
season's already started. Everybody has all their gear, and we're all kind of staring at each other because I know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars of product we have, coming to us. And we're like,
You felt like you missed the boat.
yeah, like absolutely, 100%. Like it makes you a little nervous,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
and the day we said go, it was gangbusters. I mean, we're literally drinking from a fire hose, order wise, and on and on and on. So it was a cool experience. We launched it, in a little shoebox of a office, and when I say shoebox, it's a little bigger than a walk-in closet, and with a couple shipping pods out back, and just kind of rolled our sleeves up and said, let's try it. You got
to start somewhere.
Gotta
It's
start
American Dream startups. Right
yeah,
there.
you got to start somewhere, right? And,
Yep.
and a printer and way we want, and our UPS driver cussed us out every day. And
So this is like 2018, 2019 right here?
2019, October 2019, and so a couple months into it, we just realized we are into something, and it's
Yeah.
going to work, but it ain't sustainable the way we're going here.
Yeah.
And this was in Ohio. I live in PA, so.
Sorry, I called PA a shithole earlier.
Well,
Some parts.
I was
Some
gonna say the
parts.
parts you were in. Yeah, so come to Pittsburgh. We'll
Okay.
show you a good time.
I would
And
love to.
Lots of great places. So we just
Sorry,
we end up-
everybody in PA. I didn't mean that.
You've been to one city in PA in the whole state to shithole.
Witches
took-
and shitholes.
It took you 21 hours to get there, so you were mad before you got to that state.
Right, it's my fault.
We were mad at PA before we even got there.
Yeah. So sorry for my side tangent there.
No, all good. And so we just end up trying to figure out if we wanted to stay in Ohio or we wanted to come over to PA. And long term, when we laid it out, we just realized we probably had more of a talent pool in the PA area.
Yeah.
That we wanted to pull from, and just friends I know and been
sure.
around, been in this industry.
And man, the amount of hunters in PA is insane.
Yeah, 1.1 million hunters.
That's what
something
it
like
is?
that. Yeah.
Ooh,
But that
Like
doesn't hurt your business being based.
No. I mean, that whole northeast area is great,
Yeah.
for the Whitetail Bowhunter. But my background, I've been in the industry for a long time, so I had a lot of people to pull from, and so we knew we kind of wanted to move it over there, and build on that. So, a good buddy of mine had does some shipping for some major sports teams, and so worked out a deal with those guys, and we've been going strong ever since.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's what are we, year 3 now, and I still feel like we're drinking from the fire
Dude,
hose.
you cannot tell it that like you guys are so fresh into it. Like you have experience. You guys have this, like, I feel from my perspective, it's a clear mission of what you want to do with this brand. I mean, and we're fairly new to you guys. And like you mentioned earlier, like we know you through a great Jeff, a great mutual friend, and in the industry. And we just kind of hit it off, and it just seems seamless to us, like this partnership. But you guys, it's something we kind of flirted with for a little bit, and then we made jokes about it for a long time. So I think a lot of people are kind of like, what, working class and a saddle company?
Yeah.
Because we make jokes about it and still make jokes about it.
Yeah.
But I think forums got a hold of our jokes,
Sure.
and thought we were hating, like, for real.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. It's just easy to make fun of, and
Sure.
we're going to talk about that and some of the things, and
we're idiots too.
we're dumb though. Like,
I mean,
Hey.
if we're gonna
That's
joke
why we all
about
got
it, we're
along
joking
really well.
about it, right?
right?
And it's probably a lot. I mean, a lot stems from too that it just became such a fad so fast that it was
Yeah.
like
It did ramp
it's
up
easy.
fast.
It's easy to hate on a fad when everybody's
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
We didn't know shit, but we were.
Sure. Yeah, right. A 60-year-old product ramped up quick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
It's funny though, because you don't know. I don't feel like a lot of people know that. But Austin, who's not here, he's killed a lot of deer out of his
He
son.
has.
Yeah.
But like your guys is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, guys that known about it for a long time, you know, or were using it and being successful, probably weren't telling a lot of people, you know, to some degree.
Ross has got
You
some
know?
buddies that way that are OGs of the saddle game.
Yeah, they've been hunting saddles for a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
They were
about saddles.
They were
till-
on the original package of the Trophyline. The like I was
really?
telling you earlier, the old leather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you got, yeah.
I bet you know them, right? We'll talk about it after.
I probably
How
still
well?
have some of
Sign,
it.
that sign behind you.
I was going to say, it's probably hanging in my office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff.
Yep.
That's
I know
awesome.
I know
We'll
like
have to-
four or five guys on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know if we want to talk about that. Their name. They probably don't want their names dropped either.
Yeah, but there's some good.
It'd be kind of
good
cool to
buddies.
talk to those
You
guys.
got to tell
though.
me.
Just
Oh,
like,
we
yeah.
got to hook up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on some stuff, so that'd be kind of cool to, to talk to
Get some
Weston hooked up
OGs.
with us.
Put them on the new packaging.
Yeah.
They're kind of cool.
the
actually.
same dudes, just
Right.
30 years later.
All
Bring
old.
back the original code.
I think
trade
we
done
all
with
know them, so you guys will.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, but your guys' vision seems very clear from, I guess, a consumer perspective. Like, all your stuff is like super high quality, like branded very well, very clean. It just, the direction of it seems like you know exactly what you're doing, what you're going. And to me, it seems like, well, next year we got this coming, and then we got this coming. It just seems like you have it all laid out, and there's probably a ton you can't talk about now. But maybe talk about, you talked about starting out small, getting the company and kind of doing this new stuff with it. Like, what have you done to the tree saddle and some of the other products you guys have coming, and then maybe what's down the line?
Yeah,
and then let's break down some technical stuff about saddles in general.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's cool. First of all, I appreciate you saying that about the company, because we, everything that we do, is laid out, right? We have long-term plans, right? And then we back up from there, and usually looking out 5 years, maybe 6 years, and then
Smart.
backing out,
Yeah.
all the way down to tomorrow. And so we do have products. I mean, we're already working on products and for 2023, and probably some that hopefully come to fruition in 2024. But just don't know.
Yeah.
And until you go down that path. And so we originally started with a new saddle, with two saddles, and but we kind of go back a little further. We dropped tree saddles from the brand name, knowing that it was going to be much more than just saddles, right? The company itself, and because we always knew we were going to be in the saddle business, but it may only be a small portion of our business, as we go. But and so we were really driving this company to be a mobile hunting destination, all said and done. So, but we also knew that we couldn't take our logo and take it from a tree saddle and put it on a trekking pole, right? Year two, and 'cause people are like, what the heck, But but if we can take people on that journey and build our assortment out, so how we started there was we started with a saddle. Year two, we came out with a new saddle and a platform, which was a mission platform. You got to stand on something, right?
Yep.
And we had a set of single step sticks. We worked with Novix and Jeff and the guys over there on that. And then the next year into it, another new design of a saddle, another new platform. Last year, the EDP, and a set of double step sticks. But we also then came out. You got to carry it. You got to find a way to carry it all, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I've designed probably, 15, 20 packs in my life throughout my career. So started pulling bits and pieces of things that I've done in the past.
Yeah.
And then asking our ambassadors, asking our team kind of what we like, what we don't like, looking at the retail space and seeing, hunters using products somewhere between $20 and $80, or jumped all the way to like Kafaru, Sitka, things like that, $200 and up. And we felt like $150 is the sweet spot. Like if we could get a killer pack for $150 and fit everybody's needs, we kind of killer.
Kind of fit both those markets there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right in the middle. And
you feel like you're spending enough to get quality, but you're not like
breaking
your
the bank.
wife's not screaming at you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we went straight to design. We knew what we needed to carry a platform.
First of all, what a daunting project is it, like in a saturated market, like to make something that's really. I don't want to say it's not saturated. That's probably
It kind of is.
There's a lot of pack
There's a
companies.
lot of absolutely. 100%.
But this is specific.
Yes.
Application-wise.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. But and it's got to be intimidating to make a pack, right?
No, not at all. It's fun. I love it.
Okay, well, that's a good answer then.
Well,
I don't even know where would you start making a pack,
Well, I'm notorious. Well, I have a basement full of one-off samples that I love, and I know nobody else will love it. So I show people, and they're like, "No way!" I'm like, "We're not doing that one."
Yeah.
You're like the guy from Joe Dirt. It's not what you like; it's the consumer.
Yeah, absolutely. We got
sparklers.
we always try to put ourselves in our consumers' mind, right, and what they need and want, and then but then we also are like, I want to use it, right? So we take a lot of that into it, and then so that pack was developed. It started morphing, and we'd ask some of our ambassadors. They messed around with it. That's how we ended up with 2.0 version of it, and. So it was, we kind of knew the size we wanted. We knew what we wanted to carry a platform. We knew a lot of saddle hunters were self-filmers. So we ended up like, okay, what if we did some cool pockets to carry camera arm in it? And then, like all of us, we like to carry a lot of crap, right?
Yeah.
In the woods.
Too much shit.
Right, exactly. So we got a lot of pockets, but kind of know where they're at, and we need to make it quiet, so we fleece lined the whole thing and made waterproof fabric. We didn't do when you add waterproof zippers and then tape seams, it takes your pack from $150 to $250.
Right.
That way.
Right.
So we still wanted to keep at 150 mark. So we end up. Out of that came the CAYS pack. It's CAYS. It stands for carry all your shit.
I love it, dude.
Yeah. So
Your acronyms are so awesome.
I'm such a fan of that. I'm such a fucking fan of that. I love it.
we went through a gazillion names, and it was it's one of those things. I literally I have a note on my phone that has names, and it's probably 400 deep. And I'll go down and I'm like, nope, it's used. Nope, it's used. It's something close. You're like, I'm like, all I want to do is carry all my shit. All right. Wait a minute. Went to the dry erase board. I was like, CAYS back.
CAYS.
That's perfect.
Sold. So we come out with that, and it's one of those things. Like we know it's a cool pack. It fits everybody's needs, but is it going to sell?
Yeah.
Right. And
That's a big question there.
it is a big question. So we're like, I had 1,000 built, and I think we sold them in 3 weeks.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
Sweet.
I'm like, all right, we're on to something.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
And,
dude, from a consumer, I've mobile hunted for a long time. And if I had a pack designed to help me carry all my shit,
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's always a struggle of like, everyone's got a different method of how they're carrying all their shit. You go on YouTube, every guy's method is different.
Yeah.
100%.
And you find a pack that you like, but there's things you can change about it. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
Not every pack.
Oh, yeah.
is
Well,
like
a lot of them
for
are
you.
general. Like it's
Right, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
It's a one purchase.
Yeah,
They're
it's
trying to get
one-
it for everything.
Yep,
Right.
it's got straps on it, and you can fucking finagle that strap through the platform or the stick, and then it's right. It's just not always perfect because it's not designed for that one purpose. And
or your bow. Just
yeah.
weaving it through there to get
Yeah.
to stay.
so that's a big deal, man. I think so.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we like. We knew we weren't going to make everybody happy, but if we can hit majority, we know
Right,
we'd have
sure.
a home run on it. So it's to get it was like, oh crap, how can we get more quick?
Yeah.
And so it morphed from there, and then we launched into
Can I ask a question
Yeah,
about
yeah.
making a pack? Is it difficult to, I know you probably have a supplier, somebody that makes the pack. Like when I think about that type of stuff, how hard is it to be like, hey, this is what we're wanting. Can you make it? Like, how do you even find, and don't give away your, I know you won't give away your secret, but like, to me, that seems like the hardest part is finding someone that can make the pack you want the way you want it
Yeah,
made.
what do you do?
Yeah,
Draw it on a napkin and be like, hey, can you make this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess let me step back a little bit. Then my background, I was a buyer at a major retailer for a long time, always in the outdoor sports,
Yeah.
guns, ammo, bows, arrows, hunting apparel, you name it. So, and I sourced things all around the world, traveled all over the world, and left there. Actually went to work for Mossy Oak for a couple years.
Very cool.
Handling all their licensing. And then just grew from there. So I had a lot of contacts and a lot of people I worked with in the past on sourcing and building product. And so it was just a matter of taking all that experience, over my lifetime and pulling it together, you know. And a lot of it will start with, it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, hey, I like this, but I want to change that. And a lot of sketches on paper and and then I got people that can take a sketch and make it to a CAD, make it to like what they call tech pack, which is all the specific.
Doug's an engineer, he should know all this shit.
He knows
and
this.
then go get it built,
Cool. All right.
Doug, design us a backpack.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck.
Simple man you are, Doug.
So
And by the way, look for the photo of Doug's saddle, hanging out of his saddle, coming soon.
it might be the best picture ever.
It might be.
I think he started a new trend.
Hey,
It
you're
is-
welcome.
It is meme worthy.
It's very meme worthy. We're gonna.
It almost deserves its own word for the meme.
Yes,
I felt free.
we should come up with it.
Felt free.
It's
You look free.
we're gonna.
I felt it.
People are gonna like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I was just curious. Building a pack, and that the process seems difficult to me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
But I don't
we'll
know shit, so.
Yeah, we'll get one made, and then, I mean, sometimes you nail it after 3. Other times we'll take 10. And I'll be honest with you. You can ask these guys. I'm never happy with it. Eventually, I get to the point like we just got to pull the trigger. You know what
Right.
I mean?
You just gotta
You can
send it.
tweak it. Yeah, you can tweak it.
Yeah.
Until you're blue.
For sure.
But yeah, eventually you just got to pull the trigger and get it
Yeah.
done. So,
Yep.
but yeah, sometimes it goes quick. There's other times it just drags out.
I can see that.
But we're every single week we're working on something, all right? So and it could be something that just needs final tweaks on it, and we're pulling the trigger and ordering it. To, we're working on something 2 years down the road. So it's just depends.
I like it.
It's
Something
cool.
different every day.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough though, because your head is 2 years ahead.
Oh, it's
Time-wise,
all over the
and-
world. It's literally all over the world because it's like
So then you start talking, and you're just bullshitting about a pack or a saddle or anything, and then you don't want to slip up and tell somebody. What
oh,
you
I mean,
got
we
2
see
years
it.
down the road.
We see it all the time, like at shows, and somebody will come up with spit out an idea, and you're like, yeah, that'd be really cool. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, we already started a year ago, and
Yeah, we're actually no, never mind.
yeah, absolutely. And we always just say, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hold your breath for a little bit, man. It's good.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
I think the pack's a big deal, man. I mean,
It-
it's almost as important as your bow and what you're hunting out of.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's you have a pack, a bow, and whatever you're hunting out of. Really, that's
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, it's it's your bow, it's your apparel, and then what's the next piece, right? And it's all a system, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, my pack is as important as anything.
so. I don't. If Chandler was here right now, shout out to him. I think his tractor broke down this afternoon, and he's trying to get seed in the ground. So shout out to all the farmers out there. But he's a fanny pack guy.
Yep.
So
That is me, actually.
he has what's this old school?
He's
He has an old school one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no
From
kidding.
like the 90s, I think.
Oh man, we
It's
got to
old.
get him. We got to give him our plateau pack then.
So that's why I brought that up. So
Yeah, absolutely. So, as much as I like building backpacks, I personally like using like deluxe fanny packs more than anything. I just don't like getting hot on my back. Right?
yeah,
So,
well, it's almost like you just feel like you get too much shit. Sometimes.
Yeah.
oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and in our plateau pack, there's a lot of space in it. You can put a lot of stuff in it, but it also condenses down. But a lot of the same features. We designed it to put these hooks carry system on your shoulders, not just a platform, but also tree stands works awesome. Carrying small tree stands like that. Got a place to strap your sticks down to on the top or the bottom. And then you want extra clothes, do the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And then got a spot for a water bladder and Molly system, so I had some pouches to it. So it's really
awesome.
So for the guys that maybe never dive into saddle hunting, like it fits the sticks and the platforms from Trophyline, but you said you've also you put a helo on it before as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've had a helo, I've had a Millennium strapped to it. So when you put it up over your shoulders on the back, there's 2 straps with buckles, quick buckles, and they're neoprene cover. So we hate noise.
Yeah.
So we have neoprene sleeves.
It's
and
pretty
everything.
damn genius, man.
So
no kidding.
And so yeah, it works great. So not just
It's the mobile hunter's pack.
It is 100%.
for sure.
really
Yeah,
is.
and that's the whole everything we do, everything we design is all around the mobile hunter. Every single thing.
That's cool.
But with mobile hunting is a great question that when you say that, because mobile hunting means different to everybody.
Yeah.
So guys at the tip of the spear on the mountain hunting sheep to guy that could be walking half a mile down the road from his house, or from his car, that he's mobile
Right.
in his head,
Yeah.
right? So
By the way,
and
use
what's
code
cool-
WCB when you go get your pack.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
Hey, you know what I mean.
Nobody really agreed with me. They just smiled at me. I'm like, did I fuck up? I don't know.
They're like, you have a
I'm looking at the
code?
marketing guy over there. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Covered.
Awesome. So, yeah, I mean, that's a way to dive into it.
Yeah.
Know your
Yeah.
wife don't cuss. Hey, can't kill big bucks if your wife sucks.
That's right.
Use the promo codes to help. Your wife will be less mad.
Save you some money.
Save you some money.
And now with the packs, you can go in. You have everything right there at your fingertips. You can buy the whole set.
That's a
Get
huge.
ready to roll.
It's a huge deal. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's guys nerd out on mobile hunting setups, whatever that is for them, and guys nerd out on bows. And packs is another huge nerd segment where people can. I mean, you can break down a pack and nitpick something or change something or do something to it. I mean, guys.
But you guys can say that you've bought a lot of packs over the years, had a lot of packs, and there's always something you don't like.
Yeah.
There's something you'd change.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been through a bunch of them, and it's always, man, I wish this pocket needed to be just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Because his damn cell phone just got bigger.
Right?
It's the phone's fault, not the pack's fault. I mean, yeah, I've used a lot of packs. I've enjoyed most of the packs I've used for a different reason.
Yeah.
And I think if you're mobile hunting, these are the packs. You can do it with other packs, but something that's designed for that makes the job less of a hassle. Because I find myself when I get out there and I get all this stuff that I find I get up there, I'm like, God, I hate all this shit.
Oh, there's just so much shit.
Like I love gear, but I hate it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, especially in a tree, right? And you're like, where do I start?
Especially when you're carrying a stand and you gotta set the stand up, stick stand, and then you get in the tree and you're like, I got so much shit, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to move and you don't want anything to fall.
Right.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
got a million hooks in there to hang everything
You're
on.
always sitting there and it's like, man, why have I all this shit? I don't even need it.
Right.
Kurt's just trying to,
I don't need
3/4
this.
if you don't use
Yeah,
it.
I don't need this.
Kurt's just trying to
Need
find
this
his
candy
drug
bar.
hole, and he can't get past all the stand snack.
Oh, dude, I'm like reaching through all these Skittles.
Just a bag of Skittles.
Son of a bitch.
There's the pee bottle.
Pea battle. It's just loose Skittles.
Backpack full.
Yeah, I'm like, son of a bitch. Yeah, that's me pretty much. It's just, I don't know. But the problem is if I have a pack that's like full size, big, baggy pack, which is what I've normally hunted with, I fill the voids because I'm like, well, I need 3 bow hooks in case I forget one. I
You
need
can't go to
3.
the stand with an empty pack. You got to have it filled up.
And, but part of it is when you forget something, you have the 3rd extra one. You're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Kurt's got his George Foreman in there just in case.
You just got to work on being efficient and having what you need, and that's it.
Yeah, you'll go on 50 hunts and carry 3/4 crap you don't need, but
Yeah.
you'll go on that one hunt and you'll need that one item. You're like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
But I think it helps if you start with a pack that keeps you, with critical gear only.
100%.
But it has
Yeah.
space to fill it in.
100%.
So
And that's what I like about the specific design for those packs. Like, I'm excited for them because we just got them and I'm already stoked about them. So I haven't hunted with them yet. So I'm excited to use them for the purpose for the whitetail woods. It's probably not a pack I'll take to the elk woods. That's different. But you guys are designing other
Stay tuned.
packs. Right? Okay.
Stay tuned.
Hey,
Sorry, I didn't want to let something out of the bag. But
you can talk. We're good.
you say what you got to say about what you got coming, and I'll just shut my fucking hole.
Kurt, shut it.
You guys are doing good things. So the packs are exciting, and I think if you guys just thought of Trophyline as a saddle company, go and shop around on the website. There's more.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you'll see expansion on the pack side of it. We launched, was it just the other day? We launched a sling pack, so totally just minimalist style.
I
But,
think Chandler's gonna like that one a lot. That'll be a Chandler pack, I think. The sling pack.
Yeah, I used it a lot, like half of the season last year. You'd be surprised. I can literally carry. So I've been using a turkey hunting too, so I can take everything that I have in my turkey vest and fit it inside there, which is a lot of crap. Sweet. And but it fits in a small, compact area, so it's cool. It's just and then from a tree stand standpoint, we've designed it so when it sits in the tree, you're gonna have to pull the zipper down part way to get your hand in, so you don't have to pull it down and lose all your crap. And yeah, it's just something like almost run and gun type stuff. And so and it's. You know, it's not pigeonholed just to saddle hunting. You know, it's turkey hunting, predator hunting, you name it. So you can utilize it.
Camera guys love it.
Yeah,
They've been putting a lot of gear in.
I took my son steelhead fishing a couple weeks ago. I loaded it up. And
Well, that's a good shed hunting pack too, because you're not gonna sweat your ass off when you have it on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And how does that fit too? Is it over the shoulder?
Over the shoulder, yep.
One
And
strap.
then,
Oh, you should. You got it. You got one out. Oh, you got one out there. We should go grab it real quick. Here.
yeah, we can grab
Want me
it.
to go grab it?
Yeah.
Might as well. We're videoing, so I don't know
Yeah, we
how
can do that.
Yeah.
visible it'll be.
We gotta
Kinda
check
break
this
it down.
thing out.
Can we show it? Like that's all-
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We
Just
can
launched yesterday.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so we're perfect
Yeah,
time.
totally.
I'm like,
show it on
I'm
the
paranoid
table.
about like
Yeah.
letting the cat out of the bag on something too soon. You know.
No.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the new one too. So yeah, so this is
Watch your beer, watch your drink. It's all right. Party foul.
already over.
He's safe,
Sorry,
but that's what we
dude.
have
back up here.
It's all right.
He saved most of it.
Wade's on it.
Wade's on it.
Can't take me anywhere.
When I was watching, I was like, no.
It almost
Sorry
spilled
about that.
once. You caught it.
Yeah.
and
So
it's
water
again.
resistant? Those pants water resistant?
No.
Yeah,
And you made the hoodie. No.
just Wranglers is all they are.
So so from a pack standpoint,
Yeah, move that one.
Good call.
Yeah, we'll move that
And
one.
watch
So-
the boom stand when you move your
Yeah,
boom
I see
stand.
that. Oh yeah, good point. Right,
Yeah,
so-
center mass.
All right, so let's swing this around here.
Thanks, Wade. Had a little spill in the studio here.
Not the first time.
Not the first time. I spit beer out on Doug, I think, the other day because he made me laugh. So fuck him.
I deserved it.
So like obviously from a footprint standpoint, it's pretty small, right?
I think that's the one I put a bunch of shit into. By the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. I think you put one of our bow slings in there. So
Yep.
you know, so 3 big compartments, right? Multiple pockets inside. Again, we fleece lined everything, so super quiet. Multiple pockets on the outside. Water bottle holder, rangefinder, headlamp. We kind of put on there, but
Dang.
Money.
you know, yeah. And then what we did, add some molly too, so you can add some pouches. But when it hangs from the tree, right? So all you got to do is, if you want to, only pull the zippers halfway down.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep them all the way open,
Yep.
so you don't lose all your crap still.
You know what I do with that right there? I slide a grunt tube in just a little bit,
Yeah.
so I can go. Yeah, I'll have that. You
Just
know,
a tip.
Right back.
Wait,
Just a tip.
how'd that go?
I don't need to do it again.
Nobody
Right.
saw that.
And then it slides around on you like this. So when you're ready to use it, if you have it in front of you, it sits this way vertically.
Oh yeah,
I think it's just
that's awesome.
Bitchin'.
quick. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's slick.
But-
Bitchin'.
I like
But it
that
has
a
that
lot.
buckle too, so you can just
yeah, you can unclip it. If you
heck,
want
you
to,
can even wrap it on a tree if you wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah, very
that
slick.
way. So yeah,
Kick-ass.
the scouting one's great. Right?
Yeah.
So
Chandler's gonna tear that one up.
Put your water bottle in
Oh
there.
yeah.
yep. So we just launched that one last night.
Yep.
Very
So
cool.
it's,
No kidding.
So in podcast land last week.
last week exactly.
Yep.
I could fit a Big Mac in there.
Oh yeah, Eric's
Or
a toy-
10.
or 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Mac for each pocket, man.
That's how long the hunt's gonna be.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a share size of Sour Patch Kids for sure.
Oh yeah, family value pack. So
Snap.
what else? Saddles a little bit, platform sticks, packs. I mean,
Yep.
what can you spill the beans on?
Yeah, so we got we'll actually expand on the packs a little bit more. We got a lightweight frame pack coming out this year. So another movement we've been seeing guys like in frame packs, kind of for the whitetail Well, the problem, like a lot of the frame packs are big, heavy, kind of built for elk hunters, right?
Yeah.
So we got a lighter weight aluminum frame coming out. Kind of morphed our take bells and whistles from our CAYS pack and morphed it to on a couple other packs that I built in the past, and some features that we had from this thing, and so it carries a platform. You can strap some sticks to it, things like that, and but. What's awesome is we got at the bottom of it, you unzip it, pull out the bottom. It's called a meat sling, and so if you want to carry deer out, or hind quarter or something like that, it has that ability.
Yeah.
And slips up over, hooks around the corners and on the sides, and cinch it down tight. And that one's going to be good.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's
Meat hammock.
meat hammock.
I like to say that's an aluminum frame.
It's aluminum frames, ultra light. It's fully adjustable. The shoulder pads up and down. So a guy that's 5'5" or 6'5" can wear it. You can adjust the whole torso up and down.
Sure.
Lots of great lower lumbar support on it. Yeah. So it's a more rugged pack, and but I think there's definitely a good sized market there.
For sure.
Especially from the whitetail side of it.
Yeah, all the
You guys have
public
been
land
asking
junkies
guys
that are claiming they do their 12 miles in on public
Yeah.
in Illinois.
Yeah, it's definitely.
No, you
fit.
didn't, but yeah, you did.
So, it's,
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
So so we got that one coming out. Probably July, August timeframe.
Kick ass.
Yep. So
That plenty of time to get one for you.
yeah,
For whatever hunt
absolutely.
you're doing, yeah.
It will come out a little bit later. We worked on actually I have a bino harness coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we worked on that for quite a while. Usually most of the stuff takes a year design.
I can imagine, man. Yeah.
Some things take longer just because we'll put it in the field and try it and hate it and
Get up on your
try
mic.
it.
Just
Change
a
it.
little
Yeah,
bit.
change it and tweak it and you
Yeah.
name it, right? And
Yeah.
the bino harness was probably one of those that we worked on for a long time.
Vinyl harnesses are a big deal. People are
It is.
particular,
Oh yeah, we know we're not going to make everybody happy.
Yeah,
you
you can't.
It's, no,
Yeah.
no, not a bino harness, and we like it. It's kind of cool. It's a harder top, and so when it flips open, it's fleece lined. You can set your phone right in it, and pull your binos up, so you got a place to put.
Oh, I'm excited to see this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
it's kind of cool, and rangefinder pouch.
Bitch, does it
like
come
that.
on it?
You can attach it on it, so
Okay.
it'll be.
Doug will be able to watch
rangefinder.
videos hands free,
Yeah, you can actually. Actually, now you say that, it holds the phone perfect that way. So.
We'll find out.
And saddle. Wait, we're laying down like that.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Doug's watching you porn in the stand. Where he should be hunting.
Hey, I wasn't going to say it.
He's looking up bird species. While he's watching birds, he's like, "Oh, that's a whatever."
Hey, and he's got both hands free, you know what I'm saying?
Have my little bird going.
Come on, all right. I'm sorry I did that, guys. Hey, my apologies.
I was just saying he's watching YouTube,
We went down a dark hole there.
With the rabbit hole.
It's our show, but it's their episode, so sorry, guys. You're like,
all good.
We really wanted to promote that working class Bowhunter podcast we did, but Kurt said you porn.
New sponsor, right?
Cut it.
Hey, listen.
Timestamp that.
Hey, Doug could actually promote
Hey.
that brand from experience. Oops. So there we go. We'll live and learn.
I got a whole new category for you.
We'll talk later.
Saddles.
Tree stand saddles.
All right, moving on.
Changing the game.
But no, that's exciting. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, it's it'll be good.
Can you
It's,
give us a time frame on that one?
Yeah, we'll probably early August time frame.
Of this year, man.
Yeah. This
Okay.
year. Yeah, this year. So. Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yep. And then we probably have.
That's ambitious.
We have 3 or 4 other new items. I think it is.
Hey, we're going on a major hunt early
Big new
August, you
item.
know?
This year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah. Can't tell you.
Okay. You tell me not to push it.
No, it's
Easy.
I don't
Big-
say anything
big
you don't
impact.
want out.
Big
yeah,
impact.
we'll hold it on to. We'll hold on to that.
Okay.
So. But,
Okay.
But coming soon. Let's just put it
exciting.
that way. Yeah, it's we'll put it this way. We'll be revisiting you. So
Okay.
nice. Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. That makes me excited already. Okay, I won't
Yep.
push that. So exciting stuff. A lot to look forward to. A lot
Yep.
for I think a lot for our listeners to check out. That's already available, freshly available. So this episode's like perfect timing.
Absolutely.
I think the packs. I mean, that's a big deal, man. That's exciting stuff. I think that's going to win a lot of people over. Just if they weren't familiar with Trophyline before, get them into it. But
Yeah.
I think it's time. Let's talk saddle hunting.
Yeah, let me step back from there real quick.
Okay.
Let's talk about. I really want to talk about our team as a whole.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really our philosophy.
Yeah.
And from around Trophyline itself.
For sure. By the way, thanks for directing me back.
Yeah,
That's what
absolutely.
we
I
need.
think it's our most important part, right? So at the end of the day, it's about our people,
For sure.
And our team, and that's why he's sitting here, and that's why Evan's sitting over there, and when we first started this off, it was me. There's a group of us that own it, but it was me, running the show, and that quickly morphed to Marion, who heads up our customer service, and we knew that, number one, our customer's number one, period. End of story, right? And they'll make or break us. And we knew we wanted to stay in for the best customer service out there, period. End of story, And so it was like, okay, how do we get there, right? And I think it starts with great people. And so we brought Marion on board, and who worked in the industry for a long time, some big brands, and we just morphed from there. We added to the customer service team. We always say it, and I think it's our people that run customer service think they're the most important people in our company, and more than myself, more than our marketing team, because at the end of the day, they're our touch points, between our consumers, and so we continue to build to that customer service team every single year. I think we're up to four customer service people, and we're going to continue to add to that. And that customer service means a lot of things, whether it's touch points from an email coming in to a chat, to a text, to a phone call. I'm talking tens of thousands of people every single year. And we keep track of all that information.
No kidding.
Yeah. And for how much comes in, and then it's average about 3.5 times that going back and forth.
Right.
So when you start multiplying that, it's ungodly, the numbers.
Yeah.
And our team averages, so something comes in, whether it's a phone call or a text or an email, the average time for our customer service to respond is less than 1:30.
No shit.
Wow.
That's awesome.
It's like unheard of.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Just our team,
efficient.
Yeah, it's efficient, right? Exactly. Our everybody kind of knows their role and what they need to answer, and when they need to answer. We got time frames, right? And
And all four of them cover like all social media messages, messenger,
no,
emails, phone
they
calls.
don't even do the social media side. It's Weston, it's myself.
Gotcha.
That's even more
So if you
impressive
had
too.
one on the phone and then an email comes in, and then like
We got it covered.
everybody,
Yeah, we got it covered.
everybody handles.
Yeah,
all
we
of
got
it.
it covered. Yeah,
Cool.
we got it covered.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's
and then personally, it's like, I still wanted to answer a lot of the DMs, and I watched a lot of the forums, and just that's one
Keeps you in tune a little
keeps
bit.
you totally in tune. Who your customer is, you want to know them inside and out. And beyond, I'm one of them. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm that same person, and so it just. And it gets bigger, it morphs, and we were able to add on Evan from a director of media standpoint. We knew we needed to expand on, our photography and our videography, just shooting our stuff, right, in general. And, you guys get it. It's instant content,
Yep.
constant content.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's just, it constantly morphed from there. Right before him, from a operations standpoint, we brought Nick Betts on, and he heads up everything that from bringing our product here, and once it gets to the warehouse, and making sure it moves efficiently, and make sure the labels are correct, right? And so if somebody orders something, it gets the right thing gets scanned, and and he's looking at it from the time we get an order to the time it gets out the door, how do you make move quicker.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The most efficient
Yeah,
way.
because
you got to do it.
when you guys order something brand new, it's like a kid at a candy store waiting for the UPS,
Yeah.
FedEx truck to come,
Yeah.
right? Or Santa Claus, and we know that. Like we're the same way. If I order something brand new, I want it as fast as I can. So
For sure.
So we look at every single piece of that. How do we just get it in the hands faster?
Eric
right?
knows all about that.
I do.
Eric's goddamn
Eric's on
working class
fire.
Bowhunter Amazon over here, man.
Yep, I got her dialed in at this point.
Nice.
But
You
we're
still
not-
got that one guy every once in a while, though, like he'll order something like 2 hours later. Has my order shipped yet? Hey,
Oh yeah, they're excited.
Yeah, they're
You know?
excited.
they are excited.
They're excited.
Yeah,
Cut me a little bit of slack though.
Yeah, but at this point, Amazon's trying to keep up with Eric. So.
That's right.
They're calling you for advice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
hey Eric, listen.
Bezos called me the other day.
Also, we're hats and t-shirts. Like we're not,
Yeah, right.
we're not shipping like badass, real mobile hunting.
Hey, give me my
products.
moment, Kurt. Okay?
Listen,
God
Eric,
damn it.
You kill it. You kill it, Eric.
I try.
It's
listen.
important though, right? You're the
Has to
conduit, right? It's when they pull the trigger
sure.
and they hit the buy button, right? You gotta get that.
Gotta get it
stuff
out the
front.
door.
You get it out the door,
buy
right?
button,
and
Eric's
the
the send
faster you
button.
get it out, the better you are.
There's
And-
way more happy customers out there after buying a shirt or a hat or anything.
That's right. I do
And
get a lot
then
of
there are-
compliments that it's faster than Amazon, so hey, I'll take that.
That's right, buddy.
Yeah.
That's
And
fa- it's
then we're
pretty
gonna
fast.
start shipping pictures of like headshots of Doug in with all our orders. So
Our new
Probably the picture you took, yeah.
Awesome.
That should be on his baseball
Put it on a
card.
baseball card. There you go.
you know what? We should just throw one of those in the next 100 orders, and if you win that, you get like a special
Something
prize.
special.
Yeah, but one of them's got to be gold, and then they get something really cool.
A holographic.
Willy Wonka. The golden
Willy
dog
Wonka
ticket.
The golden.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Maybe we'll do that. We'll give a saddle away.
Ooh,
There we go. Get
All
a
right,
picture of
that's-
that. Get
all
a
right,
picture.
We're
Dude,
we're
welcome.
storming up.
We'll do
here.
that.
That's got to happen.
We got to happen.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's a brainstorm. Going.
Give us time to get the
Yeah, we'll put that
holographic
together.
printed. Okay, that's happening.
I want one.
We'll keep everybody updated on that. That's got to happen.
Doug
That'd be
wins
a
it.
great giveaway. But
Awesome.
the team, like
Yeah,
that's
so
important.
so it just continued to grow from there. And Weston came on board in December, and as a director of marketing. And it's nice because I kind of took it off my plate. And
Yeah.
you know, I was looking at marketing on Mondays, and you know that was it because that's all at the time I had.
Monday.
You know, and
By the way, Wes,
that's
you've
a
been great
great
to
day.
work with.
Yeah.
oh, he's been
That's
awesome.
been great.
He's hit the ground running. It's been awesome. It's
Literally.
you know, the things that we were doing before and what we're doing now is night and day. And
Yeah.
and you know, it's because of him. And then that guy over there, the wizard with the camera, and again,
Yeah.
makes us all look good.
Yeah, we
with his
filmed some
editing.
stuff earlier today, and I was like, "Did you get what you need?" And you're like, "Dude, he's a wizard."
Yeah,
Don't worry.
don't worry, you're good.
He's got it.
He's got us.
But I do have to say, you know, all of our partnerships that we have at Working Class have to be, it's got to be easy, right? And it's
Yeah,
got to make
100%.
sense. And that's the thing. It's like, I hit you up the other day. I'm like, I had some questions. Hey, what's this? What are we doing here? Hey, I haven't, you know, whatever it is. Like, that's what we want. Text, phone call, personal relationships. It's not
Yeah.
this, dear,
Yeah.
you know, like
Curtis
this email. Like, hey, you know, how are you, sir? Like, you know what I mean? It's just
Dear
like,
Mr. Ferguson.
it's like buddies working together is what you want.
Little pipe.
And it just
Yeah.
makes everything easier. So
Well, I think it's like back to the first time Jeff introduced us, right? I
Yeah.
think it just took off from there.
They just jumped
It
on a phone call and
Yeah, it felt like
chatted
we
it
knew
out.
each other for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Shoot the shit.
so, yeah, if you got to force it, then it's not going to work.
Oh man, I think people would be shocked and laugh at like, so once I got a Trophyline set up and started using it, the text that I would send you or that I would post in our story, it's like my thing was all our group, I'd be in a saddle hunting, and people in audio podcast land aren't going to see this, but I'd do like the jerking off hand symbol and snap,
Every time.
and snap it to our buddies. I'm like, look at me, I'm a cool guy on the internet saddle hunting or something, or just being sarcastic about it, you know. But you know, I'm actually hunting out of it.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
So-
You know, well, we talked about it earlier. You know, today it's just another tool.
It's another
right?
tool.
It's another tool.
Tool in
right?
the arsenal. Yeah.
So can we
it's,
let's? I want to tackle this from so many angles.
Okay.
So I have to pick one angle, and maybe this is the angle is what we're on.
Okay.
Is I think when it comes to mobile hunting, there's been, and I think the internet is at fault for this, but it's almost like created this divide that you're either a saddle hunter or you're a tree stand hunter, and then like you can't do both.
Yeah.
it's kind of like the internet is. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
no, I know. what
And
you're
there's
talking
this
about.
like
yeah, totally.
natural
Yeah.
resistance to fads.
Yeah.
like you can't join them.
I'm gonna
Yes.
start.
You just
I'm gonna
gotta-
start wearing my saddle in the tree stand. What's up?
Hey,
Yeah,
double down.
Hey.
Yeah.
you just never know.
Hey,
How you like that platform?
No, I think he's onto something,
He
right?
is. He is.
You know, it's simple people that have been hunting forever, right? And they see quote unquote a fad. You know, I guess I call this a fad. Whatever.
From 1960.
Yeah, right. You know, and so some people are against that, right? It's like it's gonna die. But the way you look at it is like if it's just another tool that can help you hunt better, maybe get you into a different spot, maybe get you into a spot you couldn't get before with a hang on, a ladder, a climber, whatever. I'm like, why wouldn't you try it? Like, you know what I mean? If you're, totally hardcore and you want to kill big deer, like why won't you try it out at least?
Right.
You know, give it a try. You know, maybe borrow one or, but you'll realize one how mobile it is, and you can get just about anywhere. Within the places you couldn't before. It's great. Especially this days, right? You pull up your phone and you're like, man, I want to be right there. You know, and I'm looking at it, and you get there, and you're like, oh crap, no. I want to be right here, but my next tree's way over there.
Yeah, or
right?
that one's for a lefty, and I'm a right-handed guy.
Absolutely.
And,
Wandering around in the dark.
the tree's leaning, and I didn't know it
Yeah.
leaning like that. And I mean, it's like you said, it's another tool to have. And I always try to keep a stand, and now I'm going to keep a stand and a whole saddle set up and keep it in my truck.
100%.
Because if a game plan pops up, and I'm like, I got to make a move, I don't want to have to go in and pull a set that might be close to the move I need to make and fuck me up there or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
It's like one of the
wasting
biggest
time.
things. It's that constant tool in your truck.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
it's,
sure.
It's the thing you're used to. It's just like your bow setup. It's just your go-to. It's natural,
Well,
and
and-
you can make the decisions on the fly.
And nowadays, things have ramped up a lot. Technology is crazy, and what you guys have done with these saddles, like, I'll jump ahead just a little bit, but trying them on, shooting or swinging off that tree today, off that platform, going back and forth, getting in different positions, like that was the most comfortable setup I've ever been in.
That's a bold statement for Ross.
If you've ever sat or sat in a saddle or tried a saddle out, I mean, I've been in 3 or 4 different brands, and man, that was unbelievable how nice that was.
I appreciate that.
And what
That's-
what I liked about that, going back what Ross was saying, is like you were there. Like I just jumped right into the tree and tried it, and I enjoyed it. But you were like, hey, maybe do this, maybe adjust the length that you got this, and then so that was nice to have that.
Well,
yeah, I
that's
mean, the key to is like anything, right? You got to practice with it.
Right. And that's the thing too. Like I've been in them, I've tried them out, but no one's actually explained to me like, hey, this is what you get. Like, do this, do this, do this. It's always like, hey, just put this on, and we'll lock you in there for you. No one sat down and explained it to us. I've had to actually use it.
Somebody's going to buy one of these, and then they're going to start wondering questions like that.
Sure.
And they're going to YouTube it and start looking up how-tos, or get on the website and look for how-tos. And
Yeah.
how does this work anyway? I'd like to know.
Yeah.
So unless you guys send out a big instructional DVD with the saddle.
Well, that's the first thing people throw away, anyways. And if you did, put us by it, right?
The first picture just me.
But we actually have a ton of how-tos and tech tips on our website.
Post-purchase
Yeah.
emails is what it's called.
Yeah,
You get, a couple days later, here's how to, here's how you do it, here's how you pack it.
Oh, really?
Here's how you, just
See,
down the line.
you guys
awesome.
got all that covered. Gee whiz.
YouTube and all that. But one thing I want to cover quick, going back to that like hard divide, and I think some of that comes from, and there's guys like this in the tree stand community, and there's guys like this in this. There's guys like this in every angle of every whatever sub community you want to break down the industry, whether it's from packs or whatever. But I think in our world in the Midwest, you have your guys, I'm going to adjust my terms. You got your saddle fairies that are very, see?
You nailed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, great selection.
I'm very old school in some of my terminology. I need to morph into a more mature Kurt, and that's what I just did. There's saddle fairies that are like, if you don't like a saddle, fuck you. It's the only way, because look at me. I have knee pads on, and I'm going to add 1,000 mods. And if you don't do this, you're wrong. And then there's guys that are like, those are gay, and I'm not doing that, and I'm not putting knee pads on, and
Nerds.
whatever. And,
He's a big
and I will say we probably fall in between all that. Now, I think people think that we are on the those are gay thing because we've made a lot of jokes because it's funny and we joke sarcastically.
Sure.
We don't mean what we joke about. Probably 90% of the time.
Again, we're idiots.
We're idiots. But I just feel like that on both ends. If you're a saddle guy and you see it on the tree stand side, if you're a tree stand guy and you see it on the saddle side, it's just a turn off to each other. So it makes you put the blinders up.
Sure.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely. I think it goes back to like our original conversation, right? And, you know, I was like,
The first phone call?
Very first phone call,
Yeah.
right? All the way back. And you're like, I don't know. I'm like, listen, like, let's find a time, let's find a date, you know, we'll put you through it, right? But when we explain too, like it's just not about saddles, right? It's this whole mobile hunting movement, you know, and a system wise, you know. And again, it's not an end all, right? It's another tool,
and that's
you
what
know?
I like about what I liked about you right off the rip, because like I'm texting sarcastically the jokes from the tree stand guy fairy perspective, knowing you could have been, not knowing you very well, you could have been a saddle fairy guy perspective, and it was fun. Like,
totally.
The back and forth. So
like I tell people at our work all the time, like we're buying and selling hunting shit. Like we can't take ourselves that serious, right? We're not saving lives, right? So we gotta have fun and enjoy this ride, right? And that's part of it, you know. And it's crazy, you know. You can look at it all types of things, whether it's saddles and tree stands, you know, compound bows and stick bow guys and light arrows and heavy arrow guys. It's just like fixed
mechanicals.
Fixed mechanicals, right? And
it's like
it is endless.
It kind of sucks when you start to break it down that way.
It does.
It's like, dude, come on, guys. We're talking about sharp blades that enter the cavity of a deer, and you're mad because yours move and mine don't.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're trying to kill shit and have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little ridiculous.
You might do it a little different. Okay, so what?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Honestly, just get away from the comparison or comparing to everybody else is doing whatever else.
Yep.
For me, honestly, I've always been. I love a lock-on stand. Lighter the sticks, lighter the stand. I'm gonna own a bunch of them, and I'm gonna have different sets and be able to that's how I feel comfortable. Sitting in a stand. But after getting in that saddle today, it's like we've been saying all along, but the bottom line is everybody can get in a pissing match back and forth on whether you hunt strictly stands, strictly saddle. Put another thing in your arsenal to get you a chance at killing that big buck. Whatever it takes.
100%.
I don't care if you switch solid to fixed. Or fixed to expandable, carbon to aluminum arrows. I don't care what you're.
I don't care if you're standing on the ground.
You know what I mean?
Fuck all this shit.
We're all
if it's legal, go for it. Right.
And I think there's a big advantage of like, for me, when I started saddle hunting, it changed the perception of like hunting itself. Like I'm not having to go to this single. Hang on. I'm not having to go to this ladder stand.
Yep.
I'm not having to go to a single spot. Like he said, pick a spot on the map and you can pretty much go there.
Yep.
But when you have that system and you're thinking about it and thinking about the thermals, thinking about all the different factors that are going to affect that particular target buck's movement, you have all the opportunity in front of you.
Yeah.
Right. So
everything
that is
possible
a big part.
that you need is
everything.
there.
And even if you do have all those, you know, you're a landowner or whatever, you're hunting private land, you've got all those different stand spots. That's still a tool. And if something happens or the weatherman's always wrong on the wind direction.
You're right.
It's always, So it's going to change up, and you have that ability to jump in wherever.
I love that idea. A lot of people, a lot of guys out there hunting have a barn full of deer stands that they're going to go put out every year. The killing spots that they've hunted for years or whatever. So you get your natural sets that you always put up. They're all pruned and ready to go, but you sit that one stand and you see one coming from where you didn't think he was going to be, and it's like, I got to make a move now. What's the quickest, easiest way to get in there and not have to go take down a deer stand to go over there and do it? I mean, it's just it's a perfect tool and so damn comfortable. I could sleep in that thing for hours.
That's a big thing.
Think about it. Think about it as young hunters coming up now, where land is hard to get onto. Leases are too expensive, right? So you go into public land or suburbs or whatever, and they don't have the ability to buy multiple stands or have any place to put multiple stands. One, they might not own a big vehicle. They might not own a truck, right? They might have a small SUV or a car even.
Big factors to consider.
You know, lots of
Got a high
stuff,
school.
right?
Yeah.
You know, so, saddle kit is ultimate. You know, you can keep it in your trunk or throw it in your back seat and ready to roll. You know,
I thought you
at all
said
times.
saddle kid.
Yeah, no, saddle kit.
Saddle kid, the ultimate. I mean, but
Ultimate
I'm
predator.
trademarking that.
saddle kid. Yeah.
Skater boy and
It's like I've got this nephew, and he doesn't have a vehicle yet, but he lives right on the border of public land. He's got a 1,000-acre block right behind him. He get off a bus, and he will literally go in 2 miles and take his saddle, and he will hunt for 30 minutes, and it's just because he doesn't have that. When we were at Harrisburg, I think it was like 60 or 70% of guys coming up were hunting with summits or some big, climbing stand that was probably handed to them or passed down or whatever. And they're just looking for that lighter weight setup that gives them more opportunity.
Right, for sure. Right. Well, okay, so now we've kind of broken down. I wanted to talk about that, like BS back and forth, some of the benefits, right, that you just mentioned. Like, that's amazing that he gets to just jump in and do that. I want to finally get to the point here where I don't want to not cover this. How to saddle hunt.
Okay.
And I want to talk about the terminology, the gear, and the benefits to it or how it's used. It doesn't have to be like an all-out crash course because there's so much detail we can go in on a podcast right without showing it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about like break down the terminology, what it is, and then maybe talk about some of the benefits to it.
Sure. I mean, there's common pieces to everybody's saddle, right? So it's just the saddle structure itself, and there's multiple ones. It's from a single panel to 2 panels to, ones with gussets in them, and so either way, something's wrapping around you, right? And most of them all come with lineman loops, which we're all kind of familiar with, even if you're in a safety harness or something. So you got a lineman rope that goes around the tree, where you're connected to it at all times.
So when you're climbing, it's
You're
there, so you
climbing,
can't
it's
fall while you
all-
climb.
Yep, absolutely. And then you'll have 2 other bigger loops on it, which those are your bridge loops, right? You attach your bridge, which is ultimately what you hang from when you clip it in.
Okay.
So when you get to the top of your tree, you have a tree tether. So the tether is is your lifeline, basically, at the end of the day. And you have a carabiner, and sometimes they're on a Prusik knot that slides up or down, or an ascender, like a rope man.
The rope man is like the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the knot works, but
Yeah, Prusiks have been used forever, right? If you're in the tree business and you're climbing trees every day, they're using Prusiks, right? And at the end of the day, that's no feel. So, but people wanted something smaller, lighter, something easier. The ascenders took off, right? So they make it life easier.
so I feel like the ascender is something that people, I guess it's more popular now. It was something I was always familiar with, the knot, and then I upgraded my tree stand safety harness and my lineman. I double it, so when I climb, I go up, and then I got 2 seconds of being unhooked, which is probably not right when I'm hanging in a regular hang on, and then I use it as my safety line. And I can adjust how tight I have it, and I tuck the tail of it in. It's just a mechanical knot, technically, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a mechanical rope grab.
Okay,
Technically what it is, and
they seem sketchy at first because it doesn't seem like it could hold you.
yeah, I mean, it's just
Am I right in thinking that?
right?
Like at first, you're kind of like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
yeah, but if you look at it, I mean, it works kind of on a hinge system and teeth that grab into the rope itself, and they're sized so. Like a rope man is good for 11 to 13 millimeter ropes. Our ropes are 11 millimeter, so they work that size perfect.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that they fit your rope.
Right.
It's if you got 8 millimeter rope, you don't want to use a rope man. You want to go to like a Kong duck or something like that, and that fits an 8 millimeter rope. So that's the biggest thing. And
It's all like certified climbing shit too.
that's exactly where it all come from, climbing world.
Yeah.
That's where all.
And if they're using it,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
They're hanging off the side of a mountain. You're good hanging out of a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably the biggest thing too, regardless of all of it, is making sure everything is certified and tested, things like that. So your ropes, your carabiners, your ascenders, your Prusix, right? And so back to our original point was, you have a tree tether, and that's kind of your lifeline, and you clip your carabiner into your bridge, which is basically rope that goes from hip to hip, and you can make that longer or shorter. And again, beauty about saddle hunting is customizing it. So you can make that longer, you can make it shorter, just a preference, on what
From your
feels
tether
good.
to your bridge, both longer or shorter, whatever.
Yeah, you can
prefer.
slide up and down the tree tether. You can make your bridge shorter. It's personalized. You know, so way it fits me might fit you totally different. And unlike this guy, he just likes to lay out perfectly flat.
Doug,
Dude,
savage.
you gotta confuse the deer.
Act like a licking branch.
I love that shit. People are gonna see this when we show it. And,
Oh yeah,
and they're gonna love it.
What the what?
Yeah, it's the
too
best
perfect.
thing ever. But the adjustability is big. You can just kind of find your comfort.
Yeah, that's the
area.
beauty of saddle hunting, right? Is the adjustability of it.
You don't have two options. You don't have stand or sit. You've got lean, you've got sit, you've got, tons of
And I learned today, I didn't know about this. I don't know what you call this when you flip around and have like.
Oh, so it's just ability to shoot kind of the weak
Shoulder
side
tuck.
of it,
Yeah,
right?
shoulder
Yeah,
tuck.
just so where you basically stand up on the platform, right?
Yeah.
And put your back to the tree.
got a
Very
seat
similar to a
belt-
tree
seat belt in
stand.
front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like a
the
seatbelt.
seatbelt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Called the seatbelt.
Is that what it's called?
No.
You just make that up?
I don't know.
shoulder tuck.
It's a fucking
Shoulder tuck.
seatbelt.
Yeah,
Okay.
shoulder
Well,
tuck.
that's the comfort level, right? Is if you drop your cell phone and you reach down and you're, under before it gets to your gas pedal.
Yeah.
It stops.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a good way to put it.
it's people are gonna have a hard time understanding
Yeah.
that, but you showed us that, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad you. I mean, that's amazing.
Total game changer.
It is a game changer for deer's on the other side of the tree. That's another comfortable way to.
Well, that's at everywhere we go, show wise, and when we're doing displays, and examples. That's always one of the major questions is how do you shoot that weak side? So weak side, if anyone knows, like if I'm righty and I'm looking at the tree, weak side would be 1, 2, 3 o'clock, at it. And so, couple of different ways. It's either pull your bow up over your tree tether and kind of shoot over that way, kind of lean in, or the other way is you basically stand up on the platform, slip your right hand under it, and now you're back to the tree, and you can shoot that 1, 2, and 3 o'clock.
Is that something that you come up with?
No. People have been doing it for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
You should have claimed it, man.
Right.
That was your chance.
Just said, well, yeah.
Dude, we would have brought you so much hate mail.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would have heard about it. I'm already getting texts. What? I've been doing that since.
This isn't even live. How is this?
Start
Yeah.
calling the bow mars.
I've been
and
doing
betting
this since
stuff.
'85.
My grandpa invented it actually.
So no, it's the one thing about saddle hunting itself is well, Kurt, you went cold turkey. You went like diving right into the tree with your gear.
Probably dumb.
This past hunting season, I think you were texting me. It was like, does this look right?
20 foot up.
I'm not even sure how you're hanging there. You should be following.
It's like November
I just put
5th.
my carabiner around the rope.
Right.
I'm like, this isn't. This seems scary.
This doesn't feel comfortable. But
Don't do what I did.
He's like, Kurt, leave me alone. Jesus.
I kind of went all in.
No, but that was great about today, right? Showing everybody and
Absolutely.
putting guys in it for the first time, and if they were in it before, was just showing little tips and that's the biggest thing when we're at shows, and we always will fit a saddle for somebody, and then I really won't say much. I'll clip them in and give them a couple words, and then I like to see that. We always call it that aha moment, right? And when they sit back and they're kind of looking around, they kind of swing in it and move it, and then they're like, oh, that's way more comfortable than I thought.
boy.
Right?
Yeah.
It's way more comfortable than I thought it would be.
It's either that or when they put that back band on. They take
Yeah.
that pressure off.
Big difference,
They
yeah.
feel everything change,
Right.
or they
Yeah.
simply adjust that tether length. It's all different.
So.
See, I felt when I first jumped in, because I just jumped in and, I hunted out of it, what I say, probably half a dozen to maybe close to 10 times this season, and each time I'm super green. I still feel very green with it, but I played with it. And I played with other saddles before too, but from the ground, but like with no instruction and no no one really hold my hand with it, I guess. Yeah.
Besides us, like looking at you like, yeah, looks good.
Yeah, looks good. I think this is right, But I felt like, I'm like, man, should I have this? Should I do this? Should I do this? I felt like I was doing it wrong when in reality it's just what's comfortable to me.
Right.
And I think I had the wrong mindset on it at first.
Yeah.
But you were like, dude, you try this.
Yeah.
You'd give me some pointers, like just whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And that's just even more like you just kind of back that up today, showing us just some of the tricks and tips to it all. But
and you're not going to go out and be a one, like right off the rip, a pro at it. You're going to find different things to
just how with that hang on, you don't hang it right the first time. You learn how you like it.
Yeah, the first time you're not going to really want to hang it in the dark, right? Hang on or something like that.
Let's talk about the platforms quick because
totally.
Like similar concept to like camming over a hang on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, there's not a lot to the platform. It's pretty simple. It's
pretty similar. Yeah, very similar, right?
Yeah.
Mini hang on.
Yeah, you want to make sure you keep the strap, basically horizontal or maybe a little up, and when you cinch it tight, so you can pull it down and before you cam it, and then once you seat it, cam it down tight, and that's kind of the beauty of us working with. We worked with the Novix guys on our original mission, and utilizing the same designers, and we kind of wanted to go back to what was proven for decades, right? That design, and so we did that, and that the mission kind of morphed out of that, and then the EDP, and then our wingman, and then something else. Okay, and then but
more
but
stuff.
but the beauty of it is like it is how for when we came out with it, we purposely came out with a larger platform. I think it was maybe the largest at the time, or close to someone else's. It was about the same size, and we purposely did that one because we knew how many guys were coming from tree stand world to the saddle world, right?
Yep.
And at that time, there was a couple small platforms on the market, and going from a 24 by 18 platform, tree stand to maybe a 12 by 12, 13 by 13 platform, it's kind of intimidating when you're 20 foot up, 15, 20 feet up. And we just knew like if we made something a little bigger, super sturdy, like unbelievably sturdy,
lightweight.
Lightweight. I mean, you're talking our mission's a little over 5 pounds, EDPs.
And what's the dimensions on that?
What are we? We're
17.
Yeah, 17 and a half wide by 14 deep.
When you were
or
sitting
something
on
like
that EDP, it was a couple inches larger,
Yeah.
Yep.
And
that, I guess that could help a guy.
It helps you dance. I mean, it really does. You can get around the tree.
But if a guy
get on the dance floor,
if a guy could only find a larger tree to be in, the bigger platform would help him out quite a bit, so he can get out,
pivot around.
I mean, you go back, you like go on the tree like we did today. Like again, we always say like around a basketball size.
Yeah.
If you throw a mission on there, I mean, you can shoot 1 o'clock going from your left, around the tree, and shoot that side. It's that's one beauty of like a bigger platform too. And so we launched that, and that was a big success. And so then we eventually came out with the EDP, which was the smaller version, sub 4 pounds. But when we actually started designing the EDP before the mission even launched, and knowing we're going to go down that path.
You guys are on the ball, man.
And in total transparency, we already had the wingman drawn up and knew where we wanted to go with it right when the mission was just about launching, and kind of the concept around it.
You're 10 steps ahead.
And
It's impressive.
So, but when we were coming out with the EDP, we were like, man, we set the stage on the mission on how strong and sturdy it was. Like, we got to make sure. And when I say that, like, we do all our testing at TMA testing facilities. We put them through the exact same test. All the tree stands are done, which normally any platform out there, any tree stand out there is usually 300-pound weight capacity, right? Pass the test, you got to max them out. They do static tests, loading them up, and then they put them on the edges, weights on the edges, and then you got to double that. So you got to get 600 pounds to test the test. And then what we like to do is just load them out. We want to see
how much.
We want to see where they break,
Right.
We want to see when they bust out. And so the mission, I think we end up breaking at 1,275 pounds.
Oh,
yeah.
And then, so when we come out of the EDP, we're like, man, we really set the bar high. So we want to try to make sure we're at the same level or even better, right?
So, like, did the casting break?
No, that's a great question. No, we've never, knock on wood, every single test on all our platform, we've never broke a cast. So
like bolts?
It's always shear bolts. Yep.
Damn, son, that's impressive.
Share the bolt where the platform and the post meet, and EDP surpassed that. We broke it a lot higher than the mission. And then when we came out with the Wingman, which if you see the Wingman, Wingman is a platform with a slope front, and it's bolted to a stick. It's bolted to one of
my dumb ass at ATA, when I saw it for the first time, I had it upside down. I'm like, look at this shit. And you grabbed it, you're like, nope, like this. I'm like, oh, hey, cool.
Hey, dumbass.
Hey, idiot.
I'll be go to hell.
Look at that. Hey, was that on camera? Good thing it was. Thanks for being here.
You guys didn't see that, but it's got that angle in the front, so when you're leaning out, it's just perfectly flat.
Really?
The
25
ball of
degrees.
your feet, there's no like edge pressure.
Right.
That's sweet.
Great.
And that's your top stick, too.
So what we made it, we sell it separate, and but it's designed to stack right on top of our climbing sticks. So if you got 1, 2, 3, or 4 whatever sticks, you can actually snap it right on top of the top stick.
That's awesome.
It's cinch it tight. It's total run and gun, and that's how we designed it. That was way before we actually were designing it before this one sticking thing started to get popular, which a lot of guys are using that same type of system with a platform actually to stick to. And that surpassed even the EDP from the testing standpoint. So you don't got to worry about that. No, you definitely got to worry about that. It's
it is trippy if you're a guy that's traditionally a tree stand hunter like all of us in here. When I first got in, you do kind of like in your head, you're like this rope, this, that, and then it's like I think again our text messages. You're like. Yeah. Dude, just so you know, that's like rated to like fucking
6,600 pounds plus. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than that tree fucking falling than that rope giving out.
If you think about it though, like we were all that same way first time getting a tree stand.
Sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like
it was just for us. That was when we were kids.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's such a big leap though, because you're if you think about nuts and bolts, you're trading your safety harness for a saddle, and then you're that much more comfortable.
It's only because you're hanging off the tree.
You're hanging off the edge now, right? You're not standing on that perfectly sturdy, upright tree stand.
That's it.
You're on the edge, right? You're working the edge.
You've gone with the lightest tree stand that you can, and then you're that much more comfortable, and you have more shot opportunities.
Yeah.
We do a great video on our website and our YouTube channel. Evan and I went up to our rope supplier. They build all our ropes. They've been in the business for 25 plus years, and so we went up there. They have a tester that breaks ropes up to 100,000 pounds. So it's super cool. So we take everybody through and show how strong our ropes are, and how strong our sewn eyes. So the eyes are sewn. We don't break. If it says 6,600 pounds, the rope breaks at 6,600 or maybe slightly above it, slightly under. But never break a stitch.
Plus or minus.
That's dude. That's so wild to me.
Here's what's really wild. So we did that, and then take a simple overhand knot, right? Simple overhand knot. Put it in that 6,600 pound rope, and when you put a knot in a rope, that's its weakest point. So grab a hold at this side and on this side, start pulling, and it snaps in like half the poundage.
No kidding.
Yeah, simple overhand knot. So a lot of people don't know that. So it's and this goes for anything. So when you put a knot in a rope, that's its ultimate weakest point.
Fuck,
So-
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So we got it on our website. It's under one of our videos. It shows it. It's pretty wild.
No kidding.
Yep. Yep.
I used to work in the test lab at John Deere, and so I've seen some of the different, like, and they're testing different bolts or belts or like at a tension. It's like a, it's all plexiglass, and it's maybe a similar setup, and you just you hear it pulling, and then
exactly.
probably the same type of machine.
Exact same thing. Yeah, this one's laying on the ground though. It's massive. Like they're testing
$200,000 pieces of testing equipment.
Yeah, they're testing steel cables, like where they break strength at, and here are
cool
so
shit.
Yeah, it's wild. It was cool. We had a fun time there. It's like learned so much about ropes in general, and that's why we went to those guys.
Ropes
back
and carabiners, man. That was our joke all the time. Ropes and carabiners.
Yeah, and that's why we went to those guys. We had heard good things about them, and back in 2019, and went and visited them, and the things they showed us about ropes were like, all right, we know we're at the right place.
They know some shit about ropes.
Yeah, right. It's
We know our ropes.
It's crazy. The
ropes.
facility's unbelievable. So it was pretty wild, And then we're actually we know a lot of people over at Black Diamond, and so
Black Diamond's like the brand for.
yeah, they're one of the major rock climbing companies. So we had some friends over there, and so we started utilizing their carabiners, on their stuff from day one, and they've been good. And they made a cool black and red one for us this year coming out, and
That's cool.
See, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's just it's really cool to see where it's morphed the last.
I didn't know
think
how big of a difference quality carabiners was until I got my hands on some Black Diamond stuff.
Yeah, that's because we're used to Harbor Freight ones.
I was gonna say you order them off Amazon or something like that.
The
Oh
ones
my
that
god!
say do not use for climbing and do the sketchiest shit with them.
It's a ratchet trap.
Yeah, what do you know? I'm climbing.
It's fine.
You get them at the checkout at Menards.
Yeah, the $2 ones. Hey, that's a deal.
Like Kurt fell out of the tree. Go check his carabiners.
Yeah, it's those like shitty fake anodized like green ones that are it's all stretched out. It wasn't a Black Diamond.
It's a bungee cord.
It was a keychain.
It was a keychain.
Literally.
There's a carabiner that had the flashlight built in on it. It's like, oh,
That's
man.
all I had today.
I had to see what I was doing.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Black Diamond if you make a carabiner with a flashlight on it. I doubt you do because you.
Could you
are
imagine
better
that?
than
The carabiner right there on the tree rope,
Oh yeah,
They have a little flashlight.
Hey, it's not a bad idea if they could
not.
do it.
No.
They might make one. I don't know. Do they?
I don't know. I'll have to look. We'll have to check.
I'm not sure.
We'll make a phone call.
Can you put a flashlight in this?
I want to hang
Probably
in
just
the
like,
dark.
They're probably just like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, well, what the what?
They
What's this guy
Use a
smoking?
headlamp.
Well,
Idiot.
it was so it's
definitely
interesting though, like because we started buying. I mean, like out of the gate, I don't know how many carabiners we bought, and
They make lighting.
and then we year two we're sitting down to do a forecast for year two, and they're like, how many carabiners do you want? Like what? Like what are you doing with these? Like the original conversation we took them through the whole process of tree saddles, and they're like yeah
Okay,
whatever we'll sell you some carabiners, whatever. And then year two, and they're like, how many do you want to buy? And now they're like, they're coming to us. They're like, all right, we need to sit down, 8 months in advance and, lay out your carabiners, for next year and the year after.
Which is a good problem to have.
That's a good problem to have. It's a really good problem to have.
Okay, I got a
You want
question
some
for
red
you.
ones?
Maybe, and I don't want to ask the wrong question.
Yeah.
A lot of these companies, you always hear like a lot of the climbing companies and that make climbing gear, like whether they're pro hunting or anti hunting. Have you ever ran into an issue with like a
I've
company?
not run into one.
So they're not-
no one's ever brought it up to me,
Great.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
But I know that's a big concern for a lot of people when it comes to like when you mesh like the granola world
Sure.
with the hunting world. It's I
Yeah.
hate to say granola world with all due respect to the climbing and hiking and
Oh,
gear,
absolutely.
but you know what I mean. There's
100%.
there can be a line there. There's
Yeah.
you always hear about the jet fuel or what was it? Is it jet fuel? It's not jet fuel. Jet boil. Jet boil
boil.
was like anti hunting or something, and then and then Mountain House. You always hear like controversy there. Anyway,
Gotcha.
separate thing. Let's take some Patreon questions. Are we at that point, you think?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
We just have a few in here.
Yep.
I think this is our buddy, longtime supporter of the show, Kevin Dye.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
What setup do you recommend for a larger frame man with a bad lower back who climbs about as good as a beached whale? Also, would you be able to use a climbing platform with a saddle and no sticks?
Great question. So, from a larger frame with lower back problem, one thing about our saddles, and there's a couple other ones out there, ours are a little bit taller. There's a lot of minimalist style, smaller, lighter weight. Ours is a little bit taller, weigh a little bit more, a few ounces, no big deal. But we do it on purpose because it gives you a lower back support. You guys had it on today, and longer, so kind of cups your butt, And I personally just think it makes it for longer sits, or just sitting in general, feel more comfortable, at the end of the day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the guys, one of our investors, he's had 5 back surgeries, and the only thing he can hunt out of anymore is a saddle because I forget it was one of you guys that before we were sitting on it, and we're moving around, and you're like, I can change, I can sit this way, I can sit that way. I'm not sitting, I'm not up against a tree, like this.
Yep.
Or standing, and so that's kind of one of the beauties of saddle hunting itself.
Well, Doug's broke his back before.
Yeah.
So he's
Have you?
Yeah,
Out of a tree stand. Funny
he fell out of a tree
you?
stand. Idiot.
Yeah, I'm known a couple guys like that. It's no safety harness. Did you fall asleep or we're hanging a stand?
I was hanging a stand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually the case.
Fall
right?
asleep.
Fell asleep.
Fall asleep hanging a stand.
Fell asleep hanging it.
Bring Doug flashbacks.
No, it's scary. I knew one person that passed away. He fell asleep on a tree, and a couple other guys have fallen out, but they live. But it's
Such a bummer,
it's
man.
Crazy, man.
It's so scary. I'm glad I have my heart.
We are hearing it less and less. So I hope, like, the education wise, guys are wearing safety harnesses, but
Shit still happens.
it does,
Yeah.
But probably, a lot of times it's hanging a stand, right?
Yeah,
Whether you're at the
getting
top
in
of a
and
climbing
out.
stick without safety harness or
Getting in and out.
getting in and out.
Because a lot of guys on lineman rope. I'm guilty of this. I'm fucking guilty of it. And I'm guilty of it every year. I know. Lineman rope, unhook. You're unhooked while you step in. Then you hook back in.
That 30 seconds, right?
I know. Too.
And especially in a tree stand, right? You got cables you're stepping over, and
Yep.
it's
But
just-
I have been when I had kids, it changed the thought process
Right.
for me. I'm lifelined if it's in a
Yep.
traditional tree stand so when I'm stepped in, I can still fall 3 feet or whatever it is.
sure.
But
You're going home though,
But I ain't going 20 feet.
right?
Right.
You're
You
going
know?
home,
And then with the saddle, I lineman rope attached. I set into the platform, and then I sit down into my saddle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you described it perfect. You're attached 100% of the time from the time you leave the ground to the time you get back down. As long as you utilize the alignment. Don't get me wrong. If you fall with alignment, you're still going to get hurt, right? You're swinging
Yeah.
into the tree, but you're going home.
Right. You're going to be bruised.
You're going to be
walking out of
bruised
there,
up. Yeah, absolutely. But it's there's some safety line there
For sure.
right? For you.
So good
So
question,
that's-
Kevin.
The second part of that, though, is the climbing platform. So there's been morphed of some stuff out there where guys are using a climbing platform or
I guess I don't get that. I don't get what he's saying.
Yeah, so think of like the bottom part of a
Look
climber.
at climbing stand.
Yeah. Don't use the climbing part. You're using actually your saddle part. So there is some people out there, doing that.
Using
Yeah.
the bottom of a climber and your
Yes.
saddle lineman.
No, yeah. So your lineman rope is around, and actually your tree tether is around. So imagine this. So climber, get your feet clipped in, right? You got lineman rope around. You got your saddle tether tied around.
Yep.
Move that tether up as high as you can, right?
Climb up to it.
Yep. And then sit down in your saddle, pull your feet up. Right. Now stand up, repeat, slide that up, sit in your saddle.
Seems like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it could be.
I'd rather hang
Yeah.
sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, me personally, yeah, I would rather have sticks. I could probably do it faster, but
would be as tall.
but
You're not going to.
Some guys find that convenient. Yeah.
yeah, again, it's everybody's different, right? So whether it's someone using a one stick or
Yeah,
a climber or
He might have
sticks,
figured out a really slick way of doing it, and that's just what he
100%.
likes.
Yeah, for him.
Yeah, for him. Yeah, absolutely. It kind of narrows you down though, back to a certain style tree, right? No
Right.
branches and
Yep.
and
And
maybe
it's also
branches and like
the noise side of
Noise
it. You're
side of
still raking up the tree.
yeah.
Dude, my dad
it's kind
was
of cool
like
though.
the OG of like
Right.
hang and bang with a climber back in the day,
Yeah.
man. It's like, you know, it's cool. It's cool. It's a cool way to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. If you didn't have it, think if you didn't have sticks and you didn't have the climber or the hang or the platform, you just had a bottom of a climber at 5 or 6 pounds, pretty light.
Yeah, not
right.
bad.
Strap it to a tree and or your pack and your way you're gone. So
But it still takes you back to you got to have a perfectly straight tree with no branches.
yeah, pretty much.
I think it would be easier to adjust it, like because I mean I've been in climbers before and
Yep.
been some sketchy situations trying to get around a branch,
Right.
you know. But I think a saddle would be a little bit safer doing that.
You know what I didn't like
Yeah,
the most?
for sure.
What I didn't like the most out of a climber is you always had to set it up so that your bottom platform
angle.
is like at a 45-degree angle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those sketchy situations.
By the time you get
you're
to the
like,
top, you might get leveled out.
Yeah.
yeah.
We try to disconnect it, and you're like, "Grr."
And you're like, if this falls, I'm
I'm
making
done.
a call.
Dude, I hunted out of a
Tuck and
climber
roll.
when I was young. I was 16. My dad was like the climbing god, you know. I remember I got up in one. I don't even remember if I was strapped in, and I just remember being in the spot. It was a spot where I thought there was a good opportunity I'd get a shot of a buck. Like we were on a buck. I actually ended up killing the deer a month later. We saw opening day. Just a quick short story. Saw opening day, filmed it. My dad went in with his climber where we saw the deer come out. The deer came out again. My dad missed it, and my dad's like, "Well, it's your turn. Here's my climber." And I'm like, I was 16, I think. I went in with the climber and I'm like shaking, fucking frightened. And I don't know how high up I was, but I'm like, this sucks. And then,
I gotta get back down.
yeah, I was young, you know, and then killed the deer a month later. We didn't see the deer, nothing until I shot him a month later. Anyway, it was great. But
I've never used a climber.
No,
not a
never?
fan. Not a
I
fan.
haven't either.
Oh, let's go out to the telephone pole. We'll go get one.
Dude, they're,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put you through one.
Yeah.
just to try it.
Oh, yeah. They're, I mean,
It's an experience.
it's an
It's an
experience.
experience.
But
Meanwhile, you got to be
You gotta
quiet.
practice.
Think, dude,
quiet as you can.
in 2002, 3, 4, it's like
It's a hot item.
that was my dad's shit. He strapped it to his
I mean,
back
even
and
up
walked
until
in,
like
you know, and
5 or 6 years ago, I mean, still a lot of climbers were sold.
Yeah.
you know, it's
Definitely.
Again, it was
I mean,
portable.
like Harrisburg. I mean, literally 60-70% of people coming
I
coming from climbers.
Comic Con climbers.
I
Yeah,
bought
we
a
had lot.
Summit climber and thought I was the shit.
Yeah,
And
probably the
of course,
open.
it was open aluminum framed stand, and it was just tingy all the way up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna spray this thing clear full of great stuff, and maybe that'll dumb it down.
Great stuff.
I
So I did, and then it just got heavier than hell. And then I got rained on.
I always wrap mine with hockey tape. You know, the whole thing.
But your
You know, try to
silhouette's so
take-
big, you're snagging all the
Oh,
branches
yeah.
coming in, and just like, oh my god.
You got them big
You fall down
rubber
4 times.
shit catching everything on your way in.
And then somehow your bow rope where you're pulling up, because I've already got it tied around the stand,
Yep.
somehow 20 feet back.
Yeah.
just
Dragging
pulling
everything.
Snagged a pissed off raccoon by the tail. And you got to fight that motherfucker
Ah,
off.
son of a bitch. Not again.
Yeah, again.
I hate this.
You got a bobcat chasing your freaking like a piece of twine, like your house cat.
Chasing your Harbor Freight carabiner. that you got on the end.
It's a mountain lion. Oh, shit.
All right, here's another one. Eric M. James. No question. I just wanted to say awesome product. Last year was my first year in a saddle. Got the covert and tagged on 2 Illinois bucks with it. Only disadvantage I found is trying to take a piss in it.
Well, you don't want to take a piss in it. You want to take a piss out of it. That's mistake number
There's your
one.
problem.
Take
That's
some
your
notes.
problem.
Yeah, don't pee in it.
That's awesome, though. Two great bucks.
Ross
That's
had-
going to be a good picture
I
from.
think Ross had the aha moment about how to take a piss out of it. You learned
Oh, yeah.
exactly how to do it.
Oh, I missed that
Wait a
tutorial.
second.
Yep.
Could Doug spin around how he was laying and then pee?
Yeah.
Well, no, because then the saddle would be in the bottom. You
I'll figure it
Oh,
out.
you'd fall out.
Okay,
just pee right
do
in it.
you guys have videos on the YouTubes on how to piss out of a saddle?
No, we don't.
No, you got to get on that. You got a week
Think about
for
it.
this launches.
Evan's got the blur out real
Yeah,
fast.
he's already
I
thinking.
think you just see.
We'll get Nick on the tech tip.
Yeah,
Tech
just
tip.
He might already got me on video.
And then the
acting like I was
subsequent
pissing
one
out
of how to wash your saddle.
Yeah, how do you wash your saddle for dribbles?
We actually, I think we have one on the
Because
on how
you're
you
team
wash
short
it.
dick fat nuts like me. So, so you couldn't. Sorry, guys. It's your episode.
Oh
not
my
really.
goodness,
But hey, you knew this was going to happen.
it's a
You know
yard
who you're
sale.
getting to.
See, you need to do that, and then you know how like on a blur on the edit, you can like the slider how deep you want the blur all 100%. That's not a bad
hilarious.
idea to have that video, honestly.
Yeah, no, not at all. Absolutely.
Other than the part where this poor guy's got to actually edit it.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I mean,
blur it out.
don't actually.
until you get the mud flap.
Exactly. Mud flap.
You get the mud flap. It's no big deal.
I'm already
until you-
working the trademark on that.
You better hurry up.
the mud flap.
We already talked about it.
Okay,
Sold.
here's the next one. Dustin Smith. What do they have for one sticking? Also, pros and cons of 2-panel and single panel saddles.
One sticking wise, a lot of guys are using our wingman.
Okay.
So platform on top of the stick.
Yep.
You know, like I told you before, we actually designed that before wind sticking started becoming hot. And
Explain how do you one stick?
personally, I don't do it. Our guy Nick, he does it. It's basically using the saddle with ropes and then the platform, and they're climbing.
Put a
they're-
tether up and reach back behind and put it back up, and you do it 3 or 4 times. Then you're
So you're like staggering, like
Yeah,
you're
no,
taking that
literally
same stick. You're taking the same stick and putting it up.
One stick.
climbing up it, reaching back, putting it back up.
oh gee,
There's
whiz.
like a lot of sweating.
And then when
Yeah,
you
there's
get-
some great
like a lot
guys
of
like
crazy-
Greg Staggs. You know, they got some great videos on it. They do it awesome. Like me personally, I just like I'll take 4 sticks and I'll throw
I
it
ain't-
up.
I
And
ain't
be done.
smart.
Like,
There's a leap
but-
to saddle hunting, and then there's a leap to one sticking.
See, here's my thing though. There's guys that take their setup that's already dope, it's already designed for it, and they fucking fuck with it. And it's like if you just used it, and we've said this for a long time, if you focused on killing the deer that are in your area rather than fucking with your shit, you would have killed the deer. And I think that makes a difference of guys who buy. And I get it; it's innovative, right? It's probably valuable for your industry. I'm speaking from my perspective. I would rather kill deer than fucking drill holes in my shit.
That's taking
Yeah, you know,
reinventing
it's-
the wheel to a whole new level.
I'm making
yeah,
a-
it's just honestly like they.
Sorry,
I think
I
it.
gotta
No,
ignore
no. I mean, it's good. It's a good topic. You know, I think it derives from guys wanting to be lighter, faster, right?
Yeah.
And so if you can eliminate 4 sticks, that's 8,
get it.
10,
What if you just
12
grab this
pounds, and
put one stick on it?
yeah, this is a great example, right? They strap one, and
That's all
they
you
throw
got.
your ropes in there, and
How many one stick guys that you know of? And maybe there's a lot, but maybe there's not. And I'm asking this out of pure curiosity. How many one stick guys do you know that also kill big bucks? Or guys that spend so much time modifying their equipment that kill big bucks?
That's a great story.
Yeah, no, it's a great, it's a
Is
great story. No, I know.
50-50? Is it less? Is it more?
Nah, I couldn't tell you that. You know, I know a
Be hard
couple
to
guys that one stick well and they kill big deer. You know,
So they're dialed in.
yeah, they're dialed in. Yeah, Greg Staggs is one of them. I keep bringing him up because he does some great articles on it, and he writes some stories for Peterson's, and so from taking somebody from A to Z about it, he does a good job about it. But
Sounds like
it's not
the
for
guy then for
it's
it,
not. Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's a lot of guys that are interested in it because they want to get lighter, and then they try it and they're like, it's a lot of work.
You haven't even mentioned the most intense part of it.
What's that?
down.
Oh, repelling down.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
that
they
seems like a
repel.
lot of sweating.
They repel down.
When
So
you
it's
say
pretty.
that, people are like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh,
it's
they
pretty
repel
wild.
down the whole way.
They put
Yeah.
their stick on their thing, and it's
Yeah, you
Okay,
actually,
that's
you actually-
that
yeah,
part's rad.
Yeah, they repel down the rope. It's pretty cool.
You need a crank. See, crank up.
so you just push off from
This might be
Yeah.
stupid, but every time we're
might be
talking about
stupid.
this one sticking thing, I think of those military drills or those
Oh,
extreme
yeah.
dudes that they run up with a ladder to a flat wall
Oh, yeah.
and they hit it, and they climb up the ladder like Mach 10. Get on
I'm just
top,
thinking like
sling
pole,
their ladder over.
like pole vaulting.
We have the Trophyline ladder coming out next year. You know,
Just
No,
an
I'm kidding.
aluminum ladder.
giant hook 'em.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
percentage of those guys though that are one sticking and also CrossFit?
One stick and CrossFit.
Yeah.
Hey,
We put that survey out.
They like vegan milk in their coffee too. Fags. Just kidding. You can't say that word anymore.
Show me the tits on an almond.
I just like when Kurt said they fucking fuck with it.
They just gotta go and fuck with it.
Quit playing with your dinghy and get up in the tree. Come on.
I get it. I get the infatuation with messing with your equipment and being innovative. That I respect it. I think it's great. I think it's very necessary for the future of like making products like what you guys do. I get that.
Yeah, but drilling holes in it is just insane to me because like I'm not gonna go drill holes in my rims on my car because they're freaking live.
Yeah, a lot of like
cut toothbrushes in half. Like fuck you, man. Brush your teeth with the full toothbrush. Sorry if you guys cut your toothbrushes in half.
Do people do that?
What?
Yes, when they go out west to save weight, they cut their toothbrushes in half.
Oh my god.
Dude, you cut it in half, put one part up your ass, and brush your teeth with the other part.
So true.
Hey guys, sorry, this is your episode.
Didn't we just have this conversation before the episode?
We don't mean to. It just comes out naturally.
Hey, it's just who we are, man. Hey,
We're sorry.
Hey, you chose to work with us. You're here.
oh man, Good
He
stuff.
didn't know it was gonna go this far.
He's like,
Oh, I did.
he
Two
did.
of them and shove them up.
TJ, shout out to you, TJ Merritt. A full breakdown and details of their packs.
Kind of already covered that.
Talk about
We've
that,
already
yeah.
done that. And then Kelly, oh man, Hosh Stetler. I never used a saddle before, but I tried one out at a trade show and liked it. So what do I need to buy as a good entry-level setup spending too much money?
Maybe without
Probably not
spending?
spending too much.
Without
Not
spending
spending.
too much
Yes.
money.
Or maybe he wants to spend a bunch of money. You never know.
Yeah, we actually have it just depends on which route they want to go. If they want to go totally with the saddles and ropes and packs and sticks and platform, they want the whole thing. We actually sell some bundles on our website, so kind of one click buys type thing. But
Use code WCB.
yeah, exactly, right. And
Marketing
then
guy.
Yep.
and then but you'd start out with a covert light kit, and that will come with your saddle, couple pouches, a tree tether rope, the Pru 6 lineman rope, Pru 6 and carabiner, and that's a great starting point, right? And then you can go into the different platforms as such. And again, you go on our website, the trophyline.com, and you'll see there'll be a mission bundle or an EDP bundle or wingman bundle, and again, one click buys from there, and just pick your size and go.
Cool.
That's awesome.
They can always
make it easy.
upgrade whatever they want if they want to get.
Yeah, I mean,
crazier
it's the beauty of saddle hunting. Some people will start with one thing, and by next season, it's all tricked out and adding pouches and you name it.
cutting
right?
toothbrushes in half. And
Wrapping it, spray painting it, whatever they want.
right.
Got spinners on it.
let me ask you this: do you 100% for you personally hunt out of a saddle 100%
No.
of the time? Cool. I mean, I love the honest answer, man.
Yeah. I got a couple leases. We do some tree stands, and I do. And I have kids. I got kids in hunting, and they'll saddle hunt a little bit, but I like putting them up in a tree stand, and maybe I'll hang a tree stand or saddle right beside them.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of my favorites.
That's
right?
very cool because you're kind of like it's more you're with them more that way.
Yeah, honestly, it works awesome from a saddle standpoint there, and I'm like right in their ear, helping them, walk them through it, and watch them miss. It's awesome, and I got on camera the whole time. Yeah,
Idiot.
I'm like, we can save this forever.
See, that's
You
cool.
know?
That's
They're
cool.
dropped back and he's just behind them. Don't miss. Don't
Yeah,
miss. Don't
yeah.
miss.
That's a
Push,
really
push.
good.
Steady your nerve.
I'm
Take
glad
long.
you said that. That's a good point. Like to be with your kid because you can set it up however you want. Really, you can kind of be like face to face with them, and then you can kind of scoot over to the side if a deer's coming in and be like, "All right, buddy," or you're doing good to do this. And
You're
You could
not
literally
4
grab
feet
them.
away.
Yeah.
You could literally grab them and kind of rotate around the tree and
Yeah.
Yeah,
just like keep them out of the deer's.
yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
show
That's
'em.
cool, man.
I'm gonna do that with Eric.
Oh wow.
Just talk shit. to
Hey,
you all the time.
real quick, this bet.
Oh yeah, me and Doug have a bet going. We made it at dinner tonight.
Okay.
So I gave Doug 2 options. If I kill a bigger buck than him this year, he's either got to shave the mustache or eat the, I don't even know how to say it, the packy chip.
The crazy hot chip.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
crazy hot chip. Like,
The one hot chip challenge.
So we shook hands at dinner tonight.
Oh, you guys did shake on it.
Oh, yeah,
we
we shook on
we
it.
have a
Camera
witness right there. The cameraman.
Do you guys want to shake on it right now?
Yeah, we can.
Well, Doug, are you going mustache or chip?
Chip.
Because the mustache
I
is your
wouldn't do it.
life.
Like,
I wouldn't
that's-
shave the mustache.
Eric
Well,
wouldn't
that's
take-
why I gave him
Eric
the two
wouldn't take
options
my-
because I know he's not gonna get rid of the mustache and he hates spicy stuff. So I had to throw the chip
The
in there.
negotiations were the
Yeah,
the
Eric
most
wouldn't take my
interesting part
first
about
bet.
that whole thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You
My
guys
first one was if I kill a bigger buck than him, he's gonna name his next kid after me.
Yeah, but that's life
That is
changing.
how it's done.
It's a fucking pussy move. That's me.
Hey, Steve bet his turtle on me.
Well, it's still alive.
Like a witness protection.
It's in witness protection. That's a story for after this podcast.
It's a
Everybody
Ninja
else-
Turtle by now.
All right, so we're
You know
doing,
I ain't backing down from a bet. Look,
we're doing the chip. Eric did get a tattoo on it. All right, here it is. Blood Brothers. There it is. Okay.
We're gonna be in a saddle with each other. I'm like,
Somebody
that ain't bigger than mine.
And vice versa. If Doug kills a bigger buck than you have to eat the chip.
Yep, that's the deal.
Okay, this is a fun bet. Iowa boys
good.
going at it.
Yep.
That's a good.
This is good.
bet.
We're supposed to be on the same
Okay.
team, but
Do we
Seems like a lot
We
better deal than a
do we
tattoo.
spice up the bet? If it's out of a saddle, do we add something to this bet?
Sure.
What do we add?
10 grand.
Whoa.
You?
You just volunteered Sean's wallet.
You're gonna shave that mustache?
If you don't shave the mustache for 10 grand, I'm gonna kick your ass and shave it for
Hey,
you.
for 10 grand, you just have to shave half of it.
The reverse Hitler.
That is 3 too many zeros.
$1.
No shit. Something's got to spice that bet up if it's out of a saddle, especially. Like, that's really going to motivate you guys. All right, how about this? If it's out of a saddle, the loser has to eat 3 chips in a row.
Oh,
What? No.
That's possible.
That's ridiculous.
I think we're just gonna keep with the big buck. Who gives a shit if it's out of a saddle or tree stand? Let's be honest.
Pussy.
I told him if I kill
Sean,
it
come
two.
on. Don't you
I mean,
think-
you talk about life
all right,
altering.
maybe 2 chips.
2 chips.
And no
I-
drinking for 5
I
minutes.
told
No,
Doug.
I ain't doing 2 chips.
I told Doug if I shoot at 200 inches, you gotta eat the chip and shave the mustache. He didn't want to shake on that one.
I'm not risking that.
Dude, I'd shake on that one.
No.
2 chips if it's out of a trophy line?
I ain't eating 2 chips.
Yeah, he won't even get past that.
Come
Eat them
on,
both,
man.
eat them both at the same time. You won't
I'll be
even
in the
know.
hospital off the first one.
Yeah, eat them both at the same time. Yeah.
How do you even find these chips? Are they packaged in
I
one?
think you got to order them.
I'll get you one in 2 days. Hold on a second.
No, hold on.
Well, don't buy it now.
Aren't they like $30?
No, we want it to- we want it to
They're like $30
ferment.
for one chip.
It's harder.
Eric could have it here in a day. So
Kurt like soaking in some more spicy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm just trying to sweeten the deal. Yeah.
Hey, I don't see you guys making bets. So
Yeah,
don't be
yeah,
saying no balls
yeah.
over here,
Hey,
motherfucker.
You guys showed up with a bet. I'm just trying to make it more fun for the consumers of our brand, Eric.
It's the
It's not about you.
consumer.
It's the consumer.
But yeah, but snakes and sparklers are the only ones I like.
Well, that's not what the people want.
They want pain.
They want pain.
The one chip's enough.
The
All
one
right,
chip challenge.
it's probably a lot. It's probably enough. Okay, well, here it is. Episode whatever this is, the trophy line. You guys made the bet.
Yep.
The bigger buck of the year in Iowa, the loser in Iowa, right? We're going Iowa.
Yep.
Okay. The loser,
Wherever I'm gonna go to high fence.
low fence in Iowa.
Low fence.
No offense, no offense.
We got to make guidelines around this.
Yeah,
Legally killed.
I show up tomorrow with a giant.
I don't like spicy. I don't like spicy stuff.
You don't.
Okay.
Like things ketchup is spicy. So
Well, that
saying that.
that was a great nightcap to this episode.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you so much. This episode was a
Absolutely.
ton of fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
You guys have been great to us already. We're looking
it's
forward
a good
to
time.
continuing this partnership.
Absolutely.
And I think now this episode for people that were in question, or maybe a little like, whoa, that's a partnership I didn't see coming. Now
Yeah.
I think it makes sense showing like
Yeah.
the vibe is here.
Yeah, absolutely. You and I talked about this from like going back almost a year ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if it was just about saddles, it'd be like, probably
No.
that doesn't make sense, right? But when you look at trophy line as a whole and kind of what you guys do and what you guys stand for, and I think it was a really good fit.
Yeah. Agreed.
And not just from a product standpoint. A lot of people make great product, but I think it's about the people too,
is.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And hit it off from day one. And
That's probably more important for us.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And then we had the little shindig at ATA, and then today, having fun and hanging people vertically from the tree. It's some good laughs.
Great picture.
And, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I look forward to the future with you guys, man. I appreciate the invite. I had a blast. We've been talking about this for a long time.
Hopefully you guys will come back again.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, Curl will take it down a little bit.
Rain check.
Sorry about all that cussing and saying slurs and
Slurs and
I
whatnot.
feel like we need like that picture with like Creed with arms wide open playing.
with the arms wide open.
Good stuff. So
Well, thank
awesome.
you guys.
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Thanks for everything you've done
Absolutely.
for us already, man. Your hospitality has been amazing, and love working with you guys. Great relationships, and
WCB.
we're gonna have some fun.
CB.
Code WCB.
Code WCB.
Save some money. Trophyline.com.
Google it.
All right, thanks, guys.
right.
You know
Thanks,
what to
boys.
do. Go shoot your bow. We love ya.